What if everything the world says about success is backwards? One day, Jesus sat on a mountain and shared 8 qualities that would transform the world. Quality number 1. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Poor in spirit does not necessarily mean financially poor. It refers to people who recognize their spiritual need and dependence on God rather than trusting in their own righteousness or strength. Meaning, humility before God opens a person to receive God's kingdom. Quality number 2. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. This includes grief over loss, suffering, and also sorrow over sin and the brokenness of the world. Meaning, God sees suffering and promises comfort, healing, and restoration. Quality number 3. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Meekness is often misunderstood as weakness. In biblical usage, it means strength under control, humility, and gentleness. Meaning, those who do not seek power through force or domination will ultimately receive God's promises. Quality number 4. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. Righteousness means living rightly before God and seeking justice and goodness. Meaning, people who deeply desire God's will and justice will ultimately be satisfied by God. Quality number 5. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. They reflect God's character to the world. Merciful people forgive, show compassion, and help those in need. Meaning, those who reflect God's mercy toward others experience God's mercy themselves. Quality number 6. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Purity of heart refers to sincerity, integrity, and devotion to God rather than merely outward religious behavior. Meaning, a genuine relationship with God leads to deeper knowledge of Him and ultimately His presence. Quality number 7. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Peacemakers do more than avoid conflict. They actively work toward reconciliation and harmony. Meaning, by promoting peace, they reflect God's character and are recognized as His children. Quality number 8. Blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Jesus says their reward is great in heaven. Jesus acknowledges that living faithfully can bring opposition. Meaning, suffering for doing what is right does not mean God has abandoned someone. It can be evidence of faithfulness to God's kingdom. Jesus makes the teaching personal. Blessed are you when people insult you, persecute you. Here, he refers specifically to suffering because of loyalty to Him. He tells His followers to rejoice not because persecution is pleasant, but because their reward with God is secure. They stand in the tradition of God's prophets, who were often rejected. The 8 qualities describe the character of people who belong to God's kingdom. Humble rather than proud, repentant rather than self-satisfied, gentle rather than aggressive, passionate for justice and righteousness, merciful and forgiving, pure and sincere, makers of peace, faithful even under opposition. Which quality speaks to you most?